Well, you are probably wondering, oh my god, like another pickups video already. Yes, it is time for What Did Miketendo Get? And I lost count on the volumes. I don't know what episode this is, but bottom line is, I got a bunch of really cool stuff. I'm picking up a lot of games lately, and for really dirt cheap, like for the most part. I've picked up some stuff that's a little bit more pricey, but figured I'd show it off a little bit, show you what I got. Got some new stuff, got some old stuff, so let's go ahead. Got a copy of Iridion 2, also known as Iridion Dos. That's right, we're going Spanish on this one. Game Boy Advance game, little shooter. Much better than the first game from what I've understood. Honestly, I picked it up because it was so cheap and it came as a recommendation from a Game Exchange employee. Just trying to find a free game for part of like the buy two get one free thingy or whatever. So I got this for $1.95. It actually goes for quite a bit more. I mean, not like crazy expensive, but you know, you're looking at like a $10 game, $11 game, whatever. But yeah, looking forward to playing this one. Next game is Pinball of the Dead. Yes, filling the sticker off as we speak. So, Pinball of the Dead, this is another Game Boy Advance game that I was able to pick up. We played a track from this on the episode, the Pixel Tunes Radio episode. I don't even remember. Which one was it? Oh, it was, I think, the horror game episode for the Halloween episode. I think that's when it was. Really cool game, lot of fun. Picked it up for $3.95, which is actually a really good price, believe it or not. So normally loose, the game is going for about, you know, $13, $14 roughly, so I got it for $4. Pretty good deal, you know, pretty good discount. I walked out of Game Exchange paying like $9 for 4 games, so it was a really good deal. Next game is Eat Lead, the Return of Matt Hazard. I've been eyeballing this one for a very long time. It is complete. I've wanted to check this one out for a while. Honestly, I've heard it's not that good, but I'm gonna give it a chance. It was $3, and I don't know, it's about what it's worth, $3. I mean, I don't know. I give it a shot, you know? $3 for a game. You really can't beat that price. So even if it sucks, whatever. It's cool. You can always use it for trade bait or sell it. But it's cool. It's kind of like a shooter, but it also has this reference to like this fake 80s video game character who never actually existed. And there's kind of like some fake lore that he did exist. So, I don't know. Seemed like a cool bet. Next game is Trauma Center Second Opinion. This is a remake, or a remake, of the DS first Trauma Center game. They give you a new chick to play as, and you can play as the regular doctor or the female doctor. $3, again, same thing. It is complete, it's in really good condition. Manual, game. It was $3. Like I said, I went to Game Exchange and was looking around, shopping around, found those, and was like, dude, I'm all over it. So $3. I really like the DS version. I played it till I got really, really far in it, but then I ended up, what happened? I can't remember. I think, I'm almost positive that I got to a part that was extremely hard and I just couldn't beat it. So I was like, whatever. So $3 to pick up the game. I mean, the game loose goes for $3, complete $6. So pretty good deal. All right, I also got a Sega Saturn backup cart. Now this is the official first-party backup cart. It's not a third-party. This thing looks like it's never been used. The contacts are super clean, like gorgeous. It's in really good shape. Looking forward to using this as just like a backup for games that I want to, save on here instead of saving on the memory. So there are some games that have larger files, and it'd be nice to save them on here instead. Some of you may have seen the giant stack of Castlevania soundtracks that I recently acquired. I did a trade and $20, and I got some really amazing stuff. Now, as you know, I'm a huge Castlevania fan, huge collector of Castlevania merchandise, so I am really excited to have some of these, some of which a couple years back were going for like hundreds of dollars, and I got them for like nothing. So the first one is Dracula X, which is actually just Rondo of Blood. It's the full soundtrack. It comes with everything. It is complete. These are the original soundtracks. Has a really cool manual. So it's in good condition, really good shape. Now, included with this is also the soundtracks for Vampire Killer, also known as Castlevania Bloodlines, also known as Castlevania The New Generation, depending on what part of the world you're from. We here in America called it Castlevania Bloodlines. So that soundtrack's included, as well as some really weird remixed type songs from the Akamajo Dracula X68000 game. So awesome soundtrack. And I also got I'm going to turn this way. This is Castlevania Circle of the Moon, as well as Castlevania Concerto of Midnight Sun, which is actually just Harmony of Dissonance in America, or the U.S. Again, this thing's complete. It comes with the booklet and everything, track listings on the back. Harmony of Dissonance has I really like the soundtrack, but it's the arrangement they used for it is just very muddy sounding. But the compositions themselves are actually really good. Circle of the Moon is pretty good, okay. I mean, I remember playing it when the Game Boy Advance launched, and I liked it. This is really cool, though. So this is the Castlevania Chronicle Akamajo Dracula X68000 game, also known as Castlevania Chronicles, on the PlayStation. Now, this is the PlayStation launch. The reason I know this is because it has this right here. So it doesn't have the original Japanese art from the Akamajo Dracula. It is dual disc. The reason why it's dual disc is because it comes with the Castlevania Chronicles arranged version of the soundtrack, the two arranged versions, and then it also comes with the Roland SC55 version, which in my opinion is the best version soundtrack-wise for the MIDI synchronizer, whatever it's called. And then there's also the Roland CM64 on here. So basically different sound drivers for the soundtrack. But I really like the SC55 Roland version. It's really good. Next soundtrack is again another Castlevania game. This is Akamajo Dracula. It's basically Castlevania 64. So this is the full soundtrack for Castlevania 64, all 39 tracks. So it's got a couple remixes on there. So really cool. This one is awesome. This I'm so happy to have in my collection. So I actually have the first of the Konami Otakara game music collection. Also, basically, there were 2 volumes of these launched, as far as I know. This one is Super Castlevania 4. It also has Castlevania The Adventure on here, as well as Castlevania Belmont's Revenge, or Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge on the Game Boy. So it has both of those soundtracks on here as well. The Game Boy soundtracks sound pretty tinny, but the Super Castlevania 4 sounds unbelievable, really great. So I'm really happy to have this in my collection. It's just so sweet. This one's a little weird. This is a MIDI collection that I haven't really paid too much attention to. I haven't really listened to it that much. But it is a MIDI collection of a bunch of different Castlevania songs from the entire history. It's got the original arrange, and then something called Game Sound Simulation and Piano Arrange. It also has the Kukeha, I can never say that right, Kukeha Club arranged MIDI version track on here as well. So really cool stuff. I haven't really spent that much time listening to this, but I'm gonna definitely kind of try to dig a little deep so I can check it out. These 2 are the real gems. As you guys know, I'm a huge metal fan, love my heavy metal. These are the Dracula Battle Perfect Selection CDs. This is 1, this is 2. Both of these have amazing heavy metal remixes of classic Castlevania tunes. Good luck finding these. I mean, they go for, from what I understand, quite a bit on eBay. So I got all of this for a Wii U game, like a used Wii U game. It was actually specifically NES Remix. So I gave away my copy of NES Remix and $20 and got all these. So fan-freaking-tastic deal. A lot of people are like, well, you could just rip the soundtracks, but because I'm such a big Castlevania fan, I mean, it's my favorite series, I'm really happy to have these, so I wouldn't trade them for anything. They're pretty, not priceless, but you know, they're near and dear to me. So really cool pickups there. I also got Pac-Man. Now I know I said I wasn't gonna get any more Amiibo until the Zero Suit Samus came out. I have quite an Amiibo collection going, but I'm really only picking up characters that I really like and that I, you know, kind of want to have in my collection. So got this retail, $12.99. It was at GameStop, honestly. I thought that this was going to be rare, and there were 3 of them sitting on the shelf. So I was like, yoink. So he's really cool. He's got his little base, which is his little Smash Brothers base, and I haven't opened it yet. I do open all my Amiibo. The only one I haven't opened yet is Shulk. But now that I found out that they're coming out with a second print, probably gonna open it. Alright, the last thing, which I'm super excited to show you guys, this is pretty hard to find, at least I haven't seen these. I managed to come across one at GameStop, and I was kind of like, oh, I've seen all the other ones but this one, and this was the one I really wanted. I picked up let me remove the sticker, I don't even know how that stayed on there, I forgot to take it off. Come on, don't rip the box. Okay, cool. The Samus wired fight pad for Metroid. Now this is a GameCube controller. It also works with the Wii. I mean, it's really cool. I mean, I'm not a big fan of wired controllers. That's why I have Wavebirds. But the fact that this exists and that it's a Metroid, like an officially licensed Nintendo product that is Metroid related. Metroid fans don't get a lot of merchandise, I guess you could say. You know, we get stuff, but to get something this cool is just unbelievable. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and open it, kind of do a mini unboxing in front of you guys so you can check it out. So here we go. Here goes the unboxing, so you can see the controller. Ooh, it's really in there. Hold on. I'm trying not to damage the packaging, but I might not have much of a choice. Here we go. Okay, cool. So I can keep the box. Here is the controller. It's wrapped in a little thingy. Oh, that's so cool. All right, so check this out. So here's the front. And, oh, you know what? This isn't a GameCube controller. Okay, so it's a Wii controller that basically fits into a Wii mote, I guess you could say, which is kind of a bummer. I'm kind of bummed out that they didn't, like, make this, like, just an actual GameCube controller. Maybe there's some kind of adapter I can get, but that's fine, not a big deal. So the buttons are actually, this is really cool, like, really, really cool. So, sorry, I'm looking at this for the first time, so I'm like, kind of like, oh my god, this is amazing! So, the analog nub on this is really nice. It's really like hard plastic. What's really nice about the grip here is that they don't use the like it's ribbed, but it's not like the GameCube controller where like you could pick it off and it would fall apart. Like it feels sturdier than an actual GameCube controller. Like this is like if they redesigned the GameCube controller, that's what this looks like. The D-pad is like shiny. If you can get a look at that, it's like chrome almost, which is really cool. And it's like blue. It's like a bluish green. I don't know if you can see that there. Same thing for the other secondary analog, the C-stick. It feels really nice. So this has some buttons here. It's got the plus, the minus, the home button. Pretty much very similar to a Wii controller, I guess you could say. This is basically like a classic controller, which is cool because you could play it with the Wii, you could play it with the Wii U. So it's backwards compatible. It's basically a classic controller Pro, but shaped like a GameCube controller. So this is perfect for Smash Brothers, and it's also compatible. If I recall, I think it's compatible with, yeah, it says compatible with Super Smash Brothers for Wii U, and then it says, and many more. So I would imagine that it's compatible with some other games. So it's basically a classic controller Pro, not the Pro controller, not to be confused with the Pro controller for the Wii U. So the A and B buttons are interesting on this. If you can take a look, the buttons themselves kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It's like they're plastic and see-through, and they're like, I wouldn't say glass, but they're like plastic, if you feeling, and they're like see-through. It's not like the GameCube controller where it's like a solid color and the actual button itself is that color. This is a white button, or a clear button rather, that has an overlay on the inside, or an underlay I guess you could say, with the letters, so A and B. Y and X are kind of cheap feeling, to be honest with you. They feel a little thin, but they look okay. I mean, for a first-party controller, it is first-party, right? Yeah, this is first-party controller, so it's still pretty cool. I like the home buttons and the minus buttons. They feel very soft to press, so they feel actually better and easier to press than on an actual Wii controller. Then you've got the L and R buttons here, and then you've got the Z, L, and ZR triggers here, which these feel really good. Like if you're playing Smash Brothers, you can go back and forth, and it feels good. Like it feels right. So, and then it's got the back is really cool. It's like a yellow, and it's got the little Samus logo right there, if you can see. So it's really cool. I'm really liking this controller. It does not have analog, what is it, like force-based analog buttons where you can press in. So it's literally like a GameCube controller in that aspect. So really cool, really cool stuff. Cool. Right. Okay, now I'm Abed from Community. So that's it. What do you think was the best find? Leave it in the comments below. By the way, I paid retail for that, so, you know, no big deal. Leave it in the comments below as far as what you thought was the best find for today in the episode of What Did Miketendo Get? What are some of the things you've picked up lately? Leave it in the comments below so I can hear all about the stuff that you get. That's going to do it for me here at What Did Miketendo Get? I'm Mike. Tendo. And this is Mario.